Well, good morning, Kishwaukee Bible Church, and happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. Now, before Ted Paul continues our Unmasked, the lessons I've learned in quarantine series, I want to provide an update on our church's plans to reopen. Now, as Pastor Jesse shared 2 weeks ago, and as I shared last week, we've been aiming and working towards a reopen date of Sunday, June 28th. So that's next week. And this is in conjunction with other churches in our area who are also reopening. Now, many people in our church body have been working to coordinate and just think through all the details associated with what our reopen will look like, how meeting in the Cornerstone gym will look like, how do we do this safely, but at the same time, considering the fact that we have this huge advantage of that we meet in a very large, wide open space. We've also begun thinking through details of how we will begin live streaming our service so that those who may feel safer being at home during this season can still feel connected to what's going on during our Sunday morning gatherings. So, just this past Thursday, we as an elder team met to discuss all these details. So, that's me, Jesse Meekins, Jeff Lewis, Chris Hudson, Jim McNichol, and Ted Paul. And then we all agreed that as we're still finalizing the details of what meeting inside Cornerstone will look like, that for next week, let's meet outside of Cornerstone. So we will have an outdoor service next Sunday, June 28th, and that will look and feel almost exactly the same as the first one that we did a few weeks ago. But we will send the details for that service to all of you via email over the next couple of days. We are also going to attempt to live stream that service, most likely right here on our YouTube channel. So smash that subscribe button if you haven't already. Sorry, I've always wanted to say that. But we'll have more details on where you can watch our service next week as well. But we would just ask that you would pray for wisdom, that you would pray for guidance for our church as we begin meeting in person again. It might be a little clunky as we get going. Actually, it'll probably be clunky as we get going. So we'll need to give each other a lot of grace. But just pray that our great God will be honored in those plans and in the process. So next week, June 28th, we'll have an outdoor service at 9:30 a.m. in the parking lot of Cornerstone Christian Academy. But that's next week. For now, let's hear from Ted Paul as he preaches from Psalm 90 on the topic of the brevity of life.